autism, ADHD, and locking one's hair. Hi, y'all. It's Aviana Lemaire. Welcome to my station where I discuss all manner of things from artsy stuff to neurodivergent life and just general things that I find interesting or I'm up to. It hit me one day while I'm busy thinking about lots of things of life. Sometimes you end up with a whole lot of wasted time. I've got that kind of brain that thinks and thinks and thinks and thinks and thinks about whatever is going on, and I can't let it go. I'm not going to be able to let it go. So if there have been events in my life or health issues or whatever has gone on, and there have been in my life, that take away time, I've spent a lot of my time thinking about how that time is missing and how I wish I could get it back. And one of the things that I've done since then that I feel has literally given me some time back in my life is locking my hair. Now, there are many reasons why I did it, and I could get into that in another video, but mainly right now, what I'm thinking about is the fact that it's just so difficult. I had a very difficult time taking care of my hair, and I had a lot of traditional things that were suggested to me, imbued into me, that had to do with taking care of my hair. And just on the mechanical side of things, it was a nightmare with all the products and all the detangling. And oh my God, the detangling. They call it tender-headed, and I am definitely what they call tender-headed. And now I know I have a lot of sensory awareness that a lot of people don't have, and it kind of helps me understand some of the treatment I received on it a little bit more. And by understand, I mean to truly forgive, because the pain that I used to go through taking care of my hair when it was loose is absolutely amazing. That's one of the things I sidestepped. So if we're going to talk about some basic issues of the ND brain, the neurodivergent brain, my sensory experience was greatly impacted by what was going on every single day when my hair was being done, and it was not in a good way. Then there are other things in life, and I've been through a lot in life, and I do have that sensation where I regret missed time. And every day when I get up and I don't have to do my hair, I really do feel I've gotten so accustomed to it that I don't even think about it on a daily basis. But sometimes I think about it, and today I'm thinking about it with my hair freshly washed. There's a whole lot of time I save when I'm not. Maybe this involves some post-traumatic thoughts too, really, and I hadn't thought about it. Post-traumatic and complex post-traumatic. But there's a lot of time I save when I'm not going through the hell of the sensation of feeling like I'm ripping my hair out no matter how gentle I'm being. And that doesn't even address what's happening when somebody else is touching my hair. There's a lot of time I save when I don't have to go through and come up with a style. There's a lot of time and money I save when I don't have to buy products, and I don't have to use greases, and I don't have to use serums that are supposed to keep my scalp healthy and stop it from breaking out. And there's a lot I could say on that subject too. Stop it from creating a huge amount of dryness. And there's a lot of money I save when I decide I'm not going to do a relaxer, and a huge amount of time I save when I'm not deciding I've got to do this relaxer every month, or maybe I can push it to 6 weeks and try not to have my hair break off in the process, which is another discussion that one could easily get into. There's a lot that I save in my life, and time might be at the top of it. And right next to time is the complete sensory distress because I locked my hair. And I don't really know how many other people who are neurodivergent, maybe particularly autistic, but I'm just curious in general about people, especially on the ND spectrum. Why did you lock your hair? If you've done something like this, if you lock it, if you wear it always in a protective style, I know that some people will braid their hair and leave it underneath wigs and hats and everything else they feel like. And some of that is just a decision so they get some of that time back and they're taking care of their hair. That's part of what I'm doing here. And it makes a huge difference in my everyday life. So I'm curious. I'd really like to know how many of us are just kind of using this and stuff like this as a way to get through our lives with more peace and more ease. And it's one of those things that maybe seems like a fashion choice or a spiritual choice. And For me, that's probably another conversation because there could be any number of things that this really is, but greatly, I've just always wanted my time back. And I can't remember a while back, I don't remember what happened, but something happened, and I think my hair kind of got caught and I pulled it in some weird way. And I thought, wow, it really hurt. But my main thought on it was, I had almost forgotten what it was like to have my scalp just wring out in pain to where, you put your finger up there to see how bad it is because it hurts so badly. And I used to live my entire life in that state, even when it was styled, the pressure from it. I don't know how many people know about this. Braids, cornrows, etc. Those things can get tight. The person who used to braid my hair, I always had this joke in my mind that I used to say to myself, they're braiding so deep, they pulled the hair out. It's not my hair anymore, they're braiding my brain. It, it was really tight and I would be in pain all of the time. And it was something that would haunt me until the hair came down. Then you just get a little moment of relief because after a week, your hair has grown a little bit. The style has laxed a little bit, the tension. And then you do your washing and your detangling starts the pain up again. And then it gets styled again and you're hurting again for another week or until you take it down. That was my life. So this gives me freedom in ways I probably haven't even begun to discover yet, but I'm thinking, as an indie person, this makes a huge difference in my daily life, and it's helping me heal from some of my past trauma too, because I don't have to get up and take all this extra time. I can take that to do all of this. I can take that time to relax, to eat, to have tea, to fix a coffee, to come up with what I'm going to eat, to straighten up. Sometimes I wake up, I just like to straighten up. It gets my mind a little focused. Maybe it doesn't seem like a type of meditation, but I'm off in my place doing my thing, thinking my thoughts. I might be doing affirmations, there's no telling. It just gives me time back. And it's been an amazing thing. I'd like to know anybody who's done anything similar and discovered, for any reason, and discovered anything like it, especially on the ND spectrum. I'd love to hear what you have to say about it down in the comments section. Am I the only one who's kind of noticing that when I locked my hair, it did a whole lot of therapy for treating my autistic life and my autistic brain and my ADHD brain, and took some of that chaos away and released some of the freneticism that just came with dealing with all of this when it was, all of that. I think that's basically what I wanted to say on it. I want to get that out there and wanted to ask questions. So my arm is now about to stage a coup on the rest of my body for holding this phone up nonstop while I talk. So I'm going to end my video right here. Love to hear what you think. That's about it. Bye now.